Hey, what's going on, everybody? Ultimo Gallows here. So, last one of these for now. I'll get some more magazines in. Next time I find a good deal. Yeah, I enjoy flipping through these, and this is I'm probably going to keep this one because I'm looking at the cover, and go, man, I remember buying this now. And actually, I can remember where I bought it at, and all this shit. It's February '91 would mean about December '90, which would have put me. I was driving. I was old enough to be driving. Here we go. Yeah, this is this is the Wrestler, February 1991. Does Jimmy Hart own a piece of Hulk Hogan? There's a little tear on the cover up there. I'll fix that. Incredible Halloween Havoc hoax, unveiling the diabolical plot. Barry Windham committing the not so perfect crime. Sid Vicious pin Sting, not quite. East meets West, north of the ring. Muto versus Steamboat in Japan. Jim Cornette, break up the Midnight Express if they can't beat the Steiners. Enforce a 30-day rule. Shipped Ultimate Warrior of the WWF title. $1.95 by 1991. By 1991, I was buying a lot. I was getting heavier and heavier into comics, so wrestling was starting to fade. So got the ad for the PWI trivia game. Shit. Got our letters. They're going too far with the Trader Sergeant Slaughter thing. Maybe. Buddy Rose is fat. Bret Hart getting thrown by Marty Jannetty. Is that Stan Hansen? Stan Hansen. The last Ball of Atlanta cage match is supposedly lost forever and ever and ever, and now it's been found. I still have not watched that. I've had the network for ever and a day, it feels like. When it switched over to Peacock, I already had Peacock, so it's like, okay, cool, I'm saving, $10 a month or whatever. But I still have not watched the TV sports video. Anything good? The Monsters of the Mat series might be interesting. I had to look and see closely what's on each one. They don't sound horrible. Chic Fabiano. Blindsided by Bob Smith. Tommy Jammer. Thumbs up to Duster. Look at Young. Very young. Still one of the best wrestlers going. Jerry Lawler, British Bulldog, Lex Luger. Okay, so two of these guys are still going. Eric Embry's retired. Kim Pereira, thank God, is retired. PSA is retired. Stan Hansen is retired. Wow. And Lawler, out of all these guys, he's not the oldest, but he's definitely not the youngest. Youngest has got to be Dustin, I would guess. I'm guessing Dustin. Embry might be younger than Dustin, but I doubt it. Because Embry always looks older than he is. He always looks sleek. Embry always looked like that guy. Okay, I'm trying to think how to phrase this. Okay, when you were back in the 70s and 80s and into the 90s, there was always that guy that could get whatever you wanted. Just you couldn't get if it was like not legal for you to buy it at your age or just not legal. He could get it for you, and he's a little bit older. That's what Embry looked like. Milwaukee was a WWF show. Who gives a shit? 91 UWF card. This would be a Abrams, so there's going to be some Abrams stuff in here, maybe. That'd be cool. Tom Zink and Rick Martin. Honky Tonk Man. I have a question for senior writer Dave Rosenbaum. Why hasn't there been a centerfold of the Honky Tonk Man in Pro Wrestling Illustrated? They could do one on Ultimate Warrior. They certainly could do one on Honky Tonk. Riddick. Lot. Bronx, New York. Mr. Lott makes a very worthy suggestion, responds Rosenbaum. Honky Tonk Man still holds the record for holding Intercontinental longest from June 2nd, 1987, when he trounced Ricky Steamboat, to August 29th, 1988, when he's unfairly defeated by Ultimate Warrior. They refused to give him that. The weekly, I never bought the weekly. By the time I had spendable cash where I could spend, what was it for a year's worth, $50, or a decent amount. 17 issues was $20. I was getting a hold of the Observer and the Torch, and I think Torch was right back then. Some more videos. These Golden Age ones might be. Oh, God. Yeah. Introducing JW. Who did JW Storm become, y'all? Okay, no, never mind. He actually wore WCO. This is not who I'm thinking of. There was somebody when named someone. It became somebody fairly big. Norman Lunatic. This was Muck and Sing. Ashton Booger, Friar Ferguson. Just a big guy. He worked fairly good for a big guy. Even if he looked like a certain horror podcast host from Eastern Kentucky. I mean, look at that, boys. Wrestling Gold. I got every one of these that's hit DVD, and they're great. I think every one of these is on DVD. Big box set, which Cornette's selling them for, like, signed for $20, which is hell. That set was $30 when it came out, and I found it for $10. I was like, oh, God. And I bought another one from somebody, ended up selling it. Like, they sell fairly well, it shows, because a lot of this people are like, oh, a bunch of old wrestling doctors. Mari Jannetty and Shawn Michaels were young as shit. 91, wow. He was a model by then. And I'm wondering how they, who these seconds, did they, I doubt they actually talked to these people. I mean, they might have talked to Albano. Maybe Kowalski, but yeah, no. What was this? This would be an interesting match. I forgot this happened. Buddha versus Steamboat in Japan. East meets West, north of the ring. Love this look. Drop at the same time. That same little picture. They always have really good. Other matches is a better paper. The picture is sometimes a little better, but every once in a while, the aftermatch would just pull some great, and it would be great reaction shots like this right here. This right here. Hold on, let me get that. Okay. In the middle of the moonsault. It's not a Peter before him, but to me, the moonsault's moving. Does Jimmy Hart own a piece of Hulk Hogan? Back in 1979, Hulk Hogan was a rookie and Jimmy Hart was his manager. Much has changed since then, or has it? The Hulkster and Hart are mortal enemies, but there's still ties that bind them. Yeah. This is when everyone of them cut his hair, painted his face up, came out at Halloween Havoc, and lost the world title to Sid Vicious. Good. Oh, it's... I love this picture of Sid up here. Look at this. He's like, fucking Sid. Enforced the 30-day rule. Stripped the Ultimate Warrior of the WWF title. At press time, it's nearly 2 months. The Ultimate Warrior last WWF World Title defense. Yeah. He was in tag matches a lot, man. Like him and the Road Warriors versus Demolition. And I'm not really sure. I guess because he just couldn't wear all matches. Oh, this picture. When I got this in, I took a picture of this and just threw it up online. And buddy of mine was like, nope, you ain't buying this one. I already told him. I was like, I remember owning this one. I remember this picture, so yeah, I'm keeping this one. Jim Cornette will break up the Midnight Express if they can't beat signers. This was with the U.S., yeah. They were feuding over the U.S. tag titles. They made these belts look so fucking, big name, because you got the Steiners who are just, great technical wrestlers. They were like collegiate wrestlers with Michigan, University of Michigan, I'm pretty sure. Then you get this would be what? Yeah, Stan and Bobby. Midnight Express who are just, fucking great wrestlers. Yeah. Every version of the Midnight Express has been pretty damn good. I mean, when your worst member of the Midnight Express is Bart Gunn, you ain't doing too bad. There's people listening wondering if I'm actually not. I'll say that. That's little Scott. I love the Midnight Express. I love the Steiners too. These are always cool pictures here in the back. There's Moolah, there's Bulldog Brower, beautiful Bobby Swayze, Abdullah. Phil Collins with Larry Sharp and his wife. Hogan. Tommy Rich with somebody. Marty Jannetty. I got letters and shit. Good. That's gotta be, that's Bad News Brown. It's a good picture. Gorgeous Laser Wrestling. See, I forgot. You could get this. And there were, how much a tape? $24.95 plus $3 shipping. So $28 a tape. Damn. $30 a tape, basically, or you get all of them for like a little bit over $60. And they're all about an hour long. And is it just matches, I'm wondering? I mean, is it the skits? I don't know. Anybody out there know anything about these Glow tapes? I just watch Glow on TV and like record it, and I have the DVDs I got are like episodes. DVDs I had, sorry, I got to phrase that. I sold those. The Hart Brothers Summer Camp, look at this. 1991. Okay, 91. Would that not be, is my math wrong here? Would that not be Lance Storm and Chris Jericho, 91? The time frame is working out about right because I know they're not that much older than I am. And I know what I would have been summer of 91, so I don't know. But July 1st through August 24th, 1991, Calgary, Alberta, Canada, 8-week complete pro wrestling camp. Hart Brothers, proven track record. We get results over 15 years experience. Learn all aspects of the hottest sports entertainment today. They have direct access to major wrestling territories. 18 years of age or over with Guardians written permission. Still only $2,000 Canadian funds. Visa accepted. Okotoks? I have no idea. Alberta, Canada. I mean, like showing the people not from my area. Some of these names, some of these towns are like Native American names. And if you grew up in an area, you know how to say it. Like I know a lot of these towns, I know how to say them for years before I even know. I'm like, oh, that's how you spell that shit. At the town of Gaucher, I remember seeing the signs for Gaucher and going, "What the fuck is Gunther?" But then I'm like, "Oh, I know. Gunther Gaucher. I get you. It's spelled funny. Y'all just don't know how to spell." $1 Million Man and Dusty Boots, baby. Dusty Boots. Not big Dusty fan. No. My thing with Dusty is in the ring, he's okay. He never rose above okay. A little bit above okay for me. Promos, he was pretty good. So much backstage that it kind of that hurts what he did in front of the, but he did so much good in FCW in the early years of NXT that it kind of almost 100% makes up for the bad shit he did, so it kind of washes. That stuff was amazing. I loved like the first when you just watch it on Hulu. When we went to that, the first like 2 years of that was so good. All the workout tapes. I bet they didn't sell me the men's workout tapes. The women's one, yeah, some guys bought those. I gotta have that now. Okay, 50-minute video. Rachel Hunter body sculpting, $24.95. And how much is shipping? $3. So $28. $30 basically. Hey, the fat puppy coming here to see what I'm doing. She hears me talking. Who you talking to? Oh, here we go. Official rates. Oh, okay. See, this is a big change. The last one I had in was an 87 issue, probably late 87. So, and then the stuff's a little out of date. So this will be, matter of fact, I told you over here. Period ended November 1st, 1990. Sting is number 1. He's NWA World Champion. Ultimate Warrior is number 2. He's WWF Champion. IC Champion is Kerry Von Erich. US Champion Stan Hansen. Randy Savage, number 2 contender, WWF title. Kurt Hann's number 1 contender, the IC title. Sid Vicious, number 2 contender, NWA title. Leslie, number 1 contender, US title. Jerry Lawler, the USWA champion, which was Memphis. Yeah, it was Memphis combined with like world class kind of sorta. It's hard to explain. And then Steve Kern, who was the PWF, which PWF, if I'm remembering right, was kind of what Florida. Probably what Florida had become. And I'm going to go through the tag team. It's going to take me a while on this one, y'all, because I haven't had one this late in a while. All right, we got Doom's NWA World Tag Team, great tag team. Rick and Scott, who are the U.S. tag teams, Steiner, sorry. Rockers are the world. Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure that besides the match where the turnbuckle came on, the one rope came off or whatever the fuck it was with the Hart Foundation, the Rockers never held the fucking world titles. But, there's a picture of the Rockers. It does not say it. Number 3 there. The Rockers, combined weight, 450 pounds. WWF World Tag Team Champions. And somebody at the magazine been tipped off of what was going to happen. So they put it in here, and by the time this chick came out, they're like, oh, fuck. Is that why? Because I remember them mentioning that they won the belts in that match where the rope or whatever it was came loose. And then that they were like, they had to give them back. But I don't remember hearing that mentioned on TV, but 91. Ugh. wasn't watching that much. It's weird. I would read the magazines off and on, but I wasn't watching that much wrestling. It's kind of weird. 91. I'll show you what I was watching. I was watching USWA. I know. And probably not much else on here. If this was still on, no, it wasn't. If USWA. All right. So let's finish the teams. Okay, Arn Anderson and Ric Flair, number one contenders NWA title, number 4. Hart Foundation, number one contenders World Tag WWF Tag titles. Nasty Boys, number one contenders US titles. Legion Doom, number 2 contenders WWF titles. Tony Anthony and Doug Gilbert, Memphis Tag. Valentine Honky Tonk Man, Rhythm Blues, number 3 contenders WWF title. And Rip and Larry Oliver, Pacific Northwest Tag Champs. Okay. Now we're going to go through the 3 big feds, and then we got your smaller feds, and then we got your really small feds. I probably won't go with all these, but we're going to go through the big ones pretty thoroughly. All right, Sting. I'm one of them kids. I grew up in the era where I don't mind Sting. I actually prefer Sting like UWF era. I'm not a big WCW era Sting fan, but he's not bad. St. Hansen, I love. Sid Vicious, I can. He's okay. I hate him, but Luger, I never gave a shit about. Black Scorpion, no. Arn Anderson, great wrestler. Ric Flair, great wrestler. Terry Taylor, he's all right. Junkyard Dog, by this time, no. Norman, by this time, no. Brad Armstrong, yeah. WWF, let's see. Warrior, at the time, I was loving it. Just because Hogan had lost the damn belt, I was so happy about that. I hated Hogan. Kerry Von Erich. By this time, Kerry sucked. Randy was still good at this time. Kurt was great. Ted was still good. Earthquake was great. Bossman was... Anyone Bossman any good? I don't remember Bossman really ever catching my attention in the States until, well, as Bossman. Like, Big Bubba was great. But as Bossman, I don't remember ever catch my attention in WWF until he came back in, 98, 99? The Ministry shit. Slaughter, never hear shit about Bravo and David Wayne. Oh, man. AWA. We gonna get scraping the bottom of the barrel of AWA because we got Larry Zbyszko as the champion. Okay, that's not horrible. It's just... We got Sting here, you younger guy. Face paint, more younger guy, face paint. We got old ass Larry Zbyszko here. But Tommy Jammer, who I do not remember at all, is the number 1 contender. And then Nikita Koloff. I forgot Nikita Koloff came out and went to AWA for a short. Trooper, that would be Del Wilkes, the Patriot, who's really good, actually. Tatsumi Fujinami. One of these Japanese wrestlers I remember reading about a lot in the mag and seeing pieces of here and there. He's not bad. All right, so far, I don't know about Tommy Jammer. Nikita, I don't know about this time, but, Trooper's okay. Zbyszko's okay. Fujinami's probably decent. Scott Norton, this is way young Scott Norton. Scott Norton did not really get worth watching until he went to Japan for the first long tour. Colonel Beers is always entertaining. Wayne Bloom. Yeah. Tag stuff, he's decent. Larry Cameron, don't give a shit about him. Buck Zumoff, fuck Buck Zumoff. Brad Reagans, don't give a shit. Now, I was watching him because Memphis, if I'm remembering right, wasn't the Texas version of Memphis Texas version of USWA running every day on ESPN? There was some wrestling up until, I graduated high school, and afterwards for a little while, there was some kind of wrestling on ESPN every day, Monday through Friday at 3 or 4 o'clock. So remember, you catch that and have monster trucks afterwards. But USWA, this is Memphis, basically. Hey, they're big champion, Jerry Lawler, of course. First guy we've mentioned that I've actually met out of all these guys. Eddie Gilbert, great. Jeff Gaylord. Hey, he sucked. Jeff Jarrett, he's decent. Bill Dundee, met Bill. Austin Idol, Brickhouse Brown, met Brickhouse. Dan Davis. That's Nightmare Danny Davis. Sheik Fabiano, I don't know shit about him besides introducing earlier. Dick Murdoch, wow, he's getting winded down. Chris Champion. Alright, what we got here? Oh, God. Now we get a little lower. Yeah. Because Memphis was, Memphis and Puerto Rico are last 2 surviving territories there for the longest time. So they were still getting decent stuff in, and that's what's up to Puerto Rico. Okay, Puerto Rico is in here. Well, one of them is. So we're going to look here. First, we got Pacific Northwest. So we got Grappler. Grappler's all right. Steve Sawyer, don't really know. Scott Norton's not bad. This time he's not great. John Rambo sucks. Brad Anderson, don't know. Doug Masters, Al Madrill, The Equalizer, no. Ricky Santana, Larry, Bobby Blair. Oh, God. That's just a full lineup of suck. God, that's horrible. See, ICW is ICW any better. And ICW, you don't know, it's the Savoldies. It was like this weird Northeast Fed that ran all around the areas that WWF did, but WWF just did not give a fuck for some reason. And they were known for like showing the same matches over, and there was like a Vic Steamboat, Tony Atlas title change match they showed for like 20-something weeks straight or something. All right, Vic Steamboat champion. Tasmanian Devils where Taz got his big start. GQ Madison, that is Tommy Dreamer. Eric Sabrasia. Curly Moe, Mondo Clean, that is Damian Demento. Joseph Oldie, Hoss, Chris Michaels, Bob Orton, and Equalizer Zip from Lake Charles, Louisiana. Not much there. Okay, Georgia All-Star, Nick Busick, Joel Deaton. Joel Deaton's all right. Steve Lawler, Billy Black, Jim Powell, Festus, Abdul the Butcher, Aladdin, Randy Rose, Steve Pritchard, Ron Starling. The women, the LPWA, Susan Sexton, Man-Made Black Venus, Magnificent Mimi. No, magazine's push Mimi. Like, anything she did, pictures, and I get it because for the time, y'all that don't know what I'm talking about, go look me, Lisa's. Just go Google Magnificent Mimi plus wrestling. It'll bring her up. For the era, we did not have women wrestlers in the United States that looked that nice. She was just a really great, good-looking woman. Wasn't that great a wrestler? Really, really good-looking, so she got a lot of attention. Hold on. I had to get some drink. I'm getting it. The Beast. That's not the Beast that's on WoW right now. Reggie Bennett, Missy Blue Sims, Leilani Kai, Heidi Morgan, Terry Power. Terry Power became Tori in WWF. Xbox girlfriend, the one that stopped Sable. Sorry, in storyline, I think. I don't know who Batgirl is. PWA. Oh, wow, look at it. Okay, Jerry Lynn. This is late 90. Jerry Lynn is listed there. Charlie Norris, that's Tatanka, I'm pretty sure. Larry Cameron, Ken Patera, Tommy Ferreira, Tommy Jammer, Lightning Kid, that's of course X-Pac, Sean Waltman, Louis Spicoli, Ricky Ataki, and Rhett Royal. PWF, this is Florida. We got Steve Kearns, champion, Mark Starr, Ron Slinker, Lou Perez, Dick Slater, Jim Backlund, the Terminator, Sergeant Rod, Joe Gomez, Johnny Ace, Coconut Kid. SAPW, I want to say this is like South Atlantic Pro Wrestling. If you go look on Armstrong Alley, he's probably got some of this up on YouTube. Robert Fuller's the champ, Paul Jones, Chris Chavez. That might be the guy that became Tatanka. It might not be Charlie Norris. Vince Torelli. Vince Shoulders Torelli, if I remember right, that is Ken Shamrock. Ranger Ross, Tex Salinger, who is either Phineas or Midian or one of the Godwins. Kirk Thompson, Trenton Knight, Tommy Sebo, Pitbull Rex, and Ricky Wilson. Okay, Puerto Rico. Finally, one of the last territories really struggling here. And we got, I'll see, they got, world class. Look how low world class is. World class used to be up in this shit. Now world class way down here at the bottom. Puerto Rico WWC champion Carlos Colon. Okay, that makes sense. TNT, that's Savio Vega. Why was I blanking on that name? And Kim Duck, Rochester Roadblock had a Puerto Rico run. Okay, Vader 4, Eric Embry, Mr. Pogo, Ricky Valentine, Kamala, Vader 1, Miguel Perez Jr. World Class Championship Wrestling, who not long after this merges with ICW to become IWCCW. International World Class Championship Wrestling. We just run the Northeast. Their champion, they have none. The number one contender is Kevin Von Erich, the Nice Man Parsons, John Tatum, Steve Austin. Probably one of the early mentions of Steve Austin in this magazine. Angel of Death, Gary Young, Skip Young, Steve Dane, California Settings. Do it to it, Steve Cox. There's the rest of it. This video is going long, so I'm going to end it. But yeah, hope y'all enjoyed that. And I'm going to get some more of these and do some more. But I'm out, everybody. Laters.